Hey guys, Merry Meet. This is Anastasia Autumnfire, and today kicks off my first day of working with the Magician for my weekly tarot study. So the Magician is technically the first card in the major arcana, since the Fool has the number 0 associated with it. I've done my usual 3 resources for research. I have my Tarot for Beginners, A Practical Guide to Reading the Cards by Barbara Moore. In that book, The Magician, it has written, for The Magician, it has written, "The magician functions by a fundamental belief, as above, so below. This means that the higher plane of existence is reflected in the lower plane. It implies a connection with the divine. If he is in line with the divine, he becomes a channel that can affect and change the world. His knowledge and understanding of the laws of the universe allow him to use what is at hand to achieve his goals. Combining base elements with spirit of the divine allows for the result that is worth far more than the sum of its parts." This card says that in this situation, we can do the same. We have the necessary knowledge and resources to achieve our goals. So, the core meaning of this, according to the beginner's book, is using knowledge, resources, and will to create change in the world. The universal weight card, the representations found there's a strong representation of the connection between the divine and personal will. One hand reaches towards heaven, indicating the divine, but it holds a wand, a symbol of will. His other hand directs to channel the energy. The white lilies represent the purity of his relationship with the divine, and the red roses, his passion or intent. It shows that all possibilities, the infinity symbol above his head shows that all possibilities exist within the infinite universe. The chalice, sword, pentacle symbolizes his resources. So that was from the beginner's book. I also did go to my website that I've been using, Viddy.com. For that, it has keywords or meanings. When it is upright, it stands for power, skill, concentration, action, and resourcefulness. When reversed, we are looking at manipulation, poor planning, latent talents. Meaning and description. The Magician is associated with the planet Mercury, and it carries with it skill, logic, and intellect. The number for the Magician is the number 1. It represents new beginnings. It is a bridge between the spirit and physical realm. Again, it shows a reference to the right hand holds a staff towards the sky while the left points to the earth. This is supposed to symbolize taking the power from the universe and channeling it through the body, directing it to the physical plane. Above the Magician's head is the infinity symbol, and also around his waist you'll find the infinity snake, which is the snake eating its tail. Both symbolize eternity. His magical table holds all 4 suits of the tarot, each representing a primordial element of the alchemist: earth, air, fire, and water. These symbols represent the appropriate use of mind, heart, body, and soul in the process of manifestation. So really for me, when I read through that, it all of a sudden hit me just, this card is all about focus. It's all about knowing what that intent is and being in that frame of mind, not being distracted, not second guessing, being very confident and very knowledgeable and very in the moment. Again, this website works with the universal deck. So the description of the picture might not match what you see before you. The Magician's robe is white, symbolizing purity and innocence, which we also found being represented by the Fool. However, his cloak is red, which symbolizes worldly experience and knowledge. This duality is also reflected in the flowers at his feet. You will see the white lilies and the red roses. If we focus on the meaning, typically this card in its upright stance is thought to come into your life when you have creative power and energy that you need to create a new life cycle for yourself. You have the ability to manifest your desires. It suggests that a situation has been or will be soon presented to you, and that you have all inherent components to allow for the manifestation of your desires at this time. This may be spiritual, physical, emotional, or mental, which is also represented by the 4 elements: fire, earth, water, and air. With the Magician, you may be inspired to apply a skill and initiate to accomplish goals. Strong desire to begin something new. So to do something, to act, to go forth. You're going to find that motivation. You have a strong sense of optimism that will dominate this new beginning or this new endeavor. Thus, the decisions will have positive results. You'll be able to create success in all that you do. This could include coming up with creative solutions to problems. This may be seen as a good omen when you have a specific wish in mind, when you begin a project with creativity, or when you need to make a transformation of any kind. This is a great tarot card to use for meditation when you need to call on all the elements to help and aid in your wisdom. The card indicates that you can benefit from your creative forces if you can claim the power and act with awareness and concentration. So again, we're seeing that focus is kind of the center of this card. You need to have that in order to access it, if that makes sense. The card signals to act consciously. Act now, provided you understand exactly what you want and are committed to getting to it. Intention is key. Know what you are doing and why you are doing it and what you want to do with it once you get it. Let me see. Sorry, just going through my notes. All right. And the last thing that I got on Biddy.com was the Magician card is also one of deep concentration on a specific task or activity. You must be focused on a specific goal or purpose at this time and channel all energy, tools, resources, what have you, to this goal. Commitment is key. You need to eliminate distractions. So it's kind of in the same vein as that Beginners for Tarot book. They both talk about working with the divine to access spiritual gifts and bringing them kind of to the physical realm, as long as you know the intent that you have and are aware of what you're doing. So that was those 2 resources. The last one, of course, is the Crystal Tarot by Philip Hermit. It is the little booklet that comes along with the tarot deck. So for here, we have the Magician. The planet or sign is Mercury, which agrees with Biddy.com. The crystal that it is associating it with is labradorite. I love how it sparkles. It's so pretty. And the chakra that it is associated with is the sacral. Or sacral. Sorry about that. Interpretation. This is your time to start doing something successful. What you do now is important since it will create your future. This is the time of magic and creativity in your life. It is the right time for magic to happen in any sphere of your life. Work, home, relationships, what have you. You are ready to begin to realize your full potential. And now would be a good time for you to study subjects that will shape your future. But beware of others' motives in the selfish world. People have their own motives at heart, and they are out for what they can get. You have control over your life if you seek it, or realize that you've always had it. Creative ventures such as art, music, and media are favored here. The labradorite will help protect you, boosting your aura and making the magic happen around you. Mercury, the messenger of the gods, speedily carries your words and thoughts, which can help them become a reality. You will need more energy to achieve your goals, and your sacral chakra stores this energy for when you need it most. Place your crystal and focus your healing energy here. So, again, it all kind of goes into, this deals with your creativity, this deals with a lot of possible success, it deals with new beginnings. For me, after going through those 3 resources and just kind of having some time with the card, it really brings to me the idea that when all is said and done, we only need ourselves. Notice he has all of these tools here. He has all 4 elements represented here. Yes, he has a staff, but ultimately, he is the tool that is being used the most. He's the one, even if he didn't have this little staff here, he has his hand reaching up, his other hand reaching down. He is the channel. He is using himself as a tool to pull this power from the divine and place it onto our realm. Whenever we begin an endeavor, whenever we begin a project, anything, we are what determines the success of that project. Whether we are motivated with it, whether we let little things get in the way, whether we allow negative thinking to best us. It may feel like we're not in charge of those things. We all have bad days. We all have bad juju that kind of hits us when we least expect it. But when all is said and done, we decide how we let things affect us. If something negative comes up, if we let the negativity get to us and let it own us, of course we're not going to get up that day and do anything productive with it. We're just going to wallow in it. And for me, this card really is about accepting that personal responsibility for using my gift, using my resources, using my thoughts in a positive fashion to get what I need, to get what I want. It's very easy for me just to say, it's not in the cards and just let things kind of fall as they may. But this card reminds me that although fate is a thing, although it's there, although it has its place, ultimately, if I want something bad enough, I'll do it. And if I don't, then it's only me I have to blame. So yeah, I think that's about all I have for now. Labradorite, I do want to say a little bit about this because it is one of my witchy sister-in-arm, Kristen. It is one of her favorite crystals. Little thing about Mercury retrograde. We've been running into it a lot this past year. She gets super, super, super affected by it. The smallest thing, if someone else is feeling at all antsy, anxious, nervous, angry, irked, what have you, whatever negative emotions might be around her, she seems to feel them magnified by like 1,000 during Mercury retrograde especially, which I know a lot of people do. She bought a necklace at one of the local witchy shops, Eye of Horus, I believe, and it's a piece of labradorite with some wiring around it, and it's just, she puts it over her neck. If she has that, she's like, I can still feel other people's negativity. I can still feel it's kind of dampening in a way, but I can handle it. It's so much easier for me to just kind of separate myself from it. So she swears by this stone. If you are someone who struggles with empathic energies and just kind of taking negativity and making it your own, maybe think about using labradorite. It seems to have helped her out a ton, and I know I had this on me all day today, and it was very cool. I don't know that it affected me quite as much as it affects her, but it definitely helped me calm myself. I had a side-by-side with my boss, which I hate. I love my boss dearly. I hate side-by-sides. I had my one-on-one, which is kind of a, hey, here's how you did last month. Again, I have no issues. I know what I'm doing at work, but I still hate those meetings. I like just putting my head down and getting through a day at work. So anytime that gets disrupted, it can really ruin my day. And this just kind of helped me go with the flow. I don't know that it separated things out. I don't know that it was like shielding or protecting for me as much as it is for my friend, but it definitely helped me kind of, nope, this isn't something I need to freak out about. Just go with the flow. So yeah, so that is what I'm working with this week. If you have any insight on the Magician card or have any thoughts, stories, please don't hesitate to share them. Comment below. I love reading and getting back to you guys. Please like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. And I will journal throughout the week. And Sunday I will make a video just kind of showing what I learned this week with the Magician at my side. I hope you guys have a great night. Blessed be as always, and thanks again for watching. Bye, guys.